try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less. You check as I'm chess, what's happening next? Yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson. He got a new engine from planets.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Collective Clix Nation. Today, we are doing a real quick video just to go over all of the Clix news that we got today. Because we got so much. There's so much here to talk about. I'm going to try to break it down in about a 10-minute segment just on what you need to know. So the three things that got released today are the utility belt for the Batman Team Up set, the new rules for equipping characters that was promised for us at Worlds would be dropping with the Batman Team Up set, and then we got a full set list of what to expect in Batman Team Up. Now that the last one is what I'm most excited about because we didn't really get to see a lot of the characters from Scott Porter's unboxing, but here we do get to see all 64 or however many characters there are. Now keep in mind that the set list will not include every single construct that you can get. Just know that there are constructs for every color and rings for every color of lantern that you can think of, outside of black and white, funnily enough. So, the utility belt, let's just go over it real fast. It works a lot like the alchemical potion and the alchemical fire from Future Foundations. You set your marker, when it's equipped, you set your equipment facing one of these, depending on which one you want it to face. Now, whoever's equipped with this will not be able to use that power until they roll a d6. Once they roll a d6, they can move the marker up to that many squares. Let's actually just read the effect. That way we have a clear understanding. When equipped, place the utility belt in the circle on the back of this card. This is the back of the card. With the arrow indicator pointing to the image of your choice. Free, roll a d6, turn the utility belt clockwise a number of times equal to the result. If this character has a listed keyword, which is only the Batman family, turn it any number up to the result, minimum of 1. This character can use the listed effect, if any, until your next turn. Okay, so they only get the effect until your next turn, at which point you would roll again. So if it's equipped, you would put it on first aid, right? Because you don't want regeneration or support on first turn. So that's probably your best bet. And then you roll a d6, and let's say you roll a 3. Well, if you're not a Batman family member, or if you're the character that's equipped with this doesn't have the keyword, that puts them on the grapple gun, which is force blast and leap climb. But if they do have the Batman family keyword, they can stop at smoke grenades or handcuffs, which is smoke grenades is smoke cloud and smoke cloud as free, and then handcuffs is incapacitate and plasticity. Both of which at the moment are probably better abilities to have, or better powers to have. Force blast, once knockback damage comes back, might be a thing for the bat or the grapple gun, but with what we've seen so far in the Green Lantern Batman, the smoke grenade and the handcuffs are going to be huge. And then afterwards he can get the Batarang, which is RCE, minimum range of 4, and then the disguise kit, which is improved movement characters and shape change. And then back to the first aid kit, which is just regeneration and support. So as you can see, this works a lot like the alchemical fire and alchemical potion from Future Foundations, and it looks like it's a lot of fun to use. It really does seem to play, nobody's played with it yet, it does seem to play like the actual Batman utility belt, because it wouldn't make sense if you could use smoke grenade every turn, because the utility belt only has a certain number of smoke grenades, right? And I doubt Batman carries more than, I would say, 3 sets of handcuffs maybe, but he's prepared for anything, so you never know. And then the grapple gun, who knows how many charges he has in that thing. You know, when you look back at the comics, maybe this doesn't play like the comics, but it does play like an actual utility belt where you only have one of these per turn. So that is the utility belt that got dropped today. Now on top of that, we got the equipment rules change, and I have it up here, just brought to the equipment section. I'm not sure if there are any other comprehensive rules changes in this entire thing. I'll have to go through and read through both to make sure, but it really should just be 25.2 under equipment and 25.2 and 25.2b, adding equipment to your force and assigning equipment. It's here on page 63 and 64. And I'm not going to read the entire thing out to you guys. If you feel like it, you can screenshot it here. But reading it off to you is just going to take so much time out of your day and my day. And there is no reason for you to listen to me that much tonight. This is really just a video going over everything because this game, I love this game, but it's just, there's not a lot of information. So there's not a lot of, content creators out there that are putting out stuff like this. So this is, I hope you guys find this, beneficial, but please feel free to take a picture of this, equip characters, unequipped characters, equipment key phrases, all this stuff could be important, could be different from the original not the original, but the comprehensive rulebook that we had last year. I will have to go through and read it to double check. But essentially what they did is they got rid of the equipment dance like they promised they were going to do at Worlds this past year. So instead of TKing equipment to the character that you want to equip, you just assign them the equipment at the beginning of the game or during force construction. And if they have the qualifying name or qualifying keyword, that equipment is free. So like the utility belt has the Batman family keyword, so it is free to put on. It doesn't cost any, it doesn't have a point value whenever you're adding it to your force for people with the Batman family keyword. So this is going to make it a lot easier to equip characters on your team. Keep in mind this is also going to make Scarab that much better in the meta until he rotates out. Also, I expect a change to come to Mad Jim Jaspers once this set does drop before WizKids does any WizKids sanctioned events, to make sure that non-standard characters can't be equipped after the game starts. And I haven't really read through this to see if it changes Mad Jim. I will have to do that and give you a quick, I'll just do a quick update next time I make a video on whether or not this changes Mad Jim. But I don't think it will. I think Mad Jim Jaspers will be just as strong as he is. Now, it's just, I expected an errata to include the standard word in his trait. But that's the rules change. If you guys want to take a screenshot of all that, there it is for you. Let me scroll down to the bottom of page 64 for you, just in case there is something there. Boop, boop. And even, let's go to top of 65 because of the start the game equipment clarifications. Now, there was a question posted on one of the Facebook pages about a character that came out before this rules change having two equipment, like Falcon. So Falcon can have two equipment equipped to him at the beginning of the game. So the way that we are going to play it at our local venue with this rules change is that it carries over. He is assigned the same equipment as he would have been before this rules change, and I expect that's how it will be ruled in major events going forward. But that's how we are going to play it locally because that's how the character was designed whenever WizKids released it. Then on top of all of that, we got the full set list. So let's go ahead and do this number. You have your commons. I believe the last common piece here is the Wonder Woman, the Trinity Wonder Woman. And then you get your uncommon Bumblebee. And then that goes over to, I want to say, well, we know Monsieur Mala and Beast Boy. Those are your rare and rare prime here, I'm assuming. So then I would say, I think Penguin's a rare. No? Is Penguin an uncommon? Let's go and look at Clix Nexus. Speaking of Clix Nexus, Joe Pangrazio did a live video today on his YouTube page, Clix Nexus. And if you don't follow his page, I encourage you to go and do so. He is a great man for this community, and he has a lot of great ideas for how to make the game bigger, how to so Penguin is an uncommon, how to make the game more player friendly for new players, everything along those lines. Um, yeah, I really encourage you guys to follow him at Clix Nexus. He does a lot for the community, and it does not go unnoticed, sir. If you are watching this, we really do appreciate you. So looking at this, we know that Penguin and Catwoman are both uncommon, so I would assume the Joker is as well, because he kind of fits that mold of Arkham Asylum here. And then Monsieur Mala is where the rares start. And then you have your rare prime Beast Boy, and then you have your rare prime Scarecrow, Yellow Lantern style. And that will be interesting to see. I hope we do get to see his dial before the set drops. If not, then we will see it during pre-release, I'm sure. Rare primes seem to be dime a dozen in these sets. One thing that I'm really excited for is a Peacemaker character, because I really enjoyed the TV show. If you guys have HBO Max or have access to HBO Max, that's a show that I encourage you guys to watch. It is incredibly funny. It is not safe for work, so if you have kids, don't let them watch Peacemaker. Or if you are a kid, don't watch Peacemaker. Talk to your parents first before watching something like that. But Peacemaker was an incredibly funny TV show, and John Cena did a really great job. A lot better than I thought he would, actually. And then going through here, we've seen Mr. Freeze, we've seen Killer Croc, we've seen Red X, we have not seen the Bane yet. We've seen Aquaman, we have seen the Wonder Woman, and then they went the John Stewart route with Green Lantern. There is no Hal Jordan in this set. They went the John Stewart route. And being a 90s kid, I watched Justice League Unlimited as a kid, and I really, the more I learn about John Stewart, the more I like him more than Hal Jordan. And that might be blasphemous. Granted, I'm not huge into the Lantern comics. I'm more into Batman comics and his dichotomy with Joker when it comes to DC. But the Lantern comics, I know John Stewart's kind of one of those characters that DC has always tried to build up, and the community at large has, always looked at it side-eyed because Hal Jordan is their favorite. But I like John Stewart. I like the fact that he is an architect. He was a Marine, but he uses his architect skills to be the best Lantern that he can be, and I like that idea. So I'm expecting him to be a rare. Right? That might be where the super rares start with John Stewart, because we know Wonder Woman's a rare. John Stewart and Sinestro, every other Lantern is a super rare. But I expect at least one rare Lantern, and if anybody, I'm going to say John Stewart, because we do have a super rare Green Lantern, but we don't have a super rare Yellow Lantern. So I'm going to say that Sinestro is where the super rares start, and then John Stewart will be your lowest rarity Lantern that you can get, that last slot in the rares. And then, as far as the rest of the super rares go, it's really all the Lanterns. The super rare Prime Batman we have seen, and then you will get a super rare Prime Wonder Woman. I'm not sure what, maybe we can tell if we zoom in a little bit further. That's as far as we can go. I can't tell what Lantern that is, but I guarantee you she's going to have a Lantern ability or some equipment that is in the set that we haven't seen yet. I don't know. They'll make her really good. They tend to do Wonder Woman is usually a charge piece. I won't say they tend to do her really well, because there have been a lot of bad Wonder Woman. But the Death Metal Wonder Woman Kana Lee is amazing. The Prime that we got in Wonder Woman 80th was amazing, as well as the Chase that we got. It's kind of hit or miss whenever they make a Wonder Woman, whether or not it's going to be playable in the meta. Being a Prime, I'm going to say that it's probably going to be really good, but we'll have to see. And then as far as the rest of the super rares, see, I'm not sure where chases start here. I know the Mystery Gang are all going to be chases, as well as the Batman and Robin. Hopefully they have a sideline active trait. I expect that they do, at least the Robin. We know Scrappy-Doo has a sideline active. Velma does not. So it might be Robin has a sideline active, but Batman does not. Something along those lines. But Cyborg and Darkseid, This is kind of where I'm not sure where they're going to go. They might add these to the super rare slots because those are, you know, common pieces, but they might also put them into the chase slot just to have a Teen Titan Go piece in there, as well as a strong villain. And then we had the utility belt as the number one object. We don't see another object here for Wonder Woman, so that leads me to assume that she is a lantern and will have constructs instead. But that's your set list. That's your Batman utility belt. That is the comprehensive rulebook. Hopefully you guys were able to get good screenshots off of that, or have a judge at your local community go over it before your next event and kind of explain it to you all. I hope to do a more thorough breakdown of what the comprehensive rulebook, how the comprehensive rulebook changed, but I can make no promises. So that is it, guys. I hope you guys got something out of this video. I hope to be more attentive to, you know, updates that we get from WizKids and the rules changes that we get going forward, and try to keep you guys updated as much as possible. If you like the video, go ahead and like and subscribe. And like I said, please feel free to go on to Clix Nexus and follow them. Joe Pangrazio does a lot for the community, and Clix Nexus is always on top of updating its units page to make sure that we can build the best teams possible before the set even drops. Hope you guys all have a great week, a great weekend, and a great holiday season, whichever one you're celebrating. Peace.